just want to know how they're going to play around that. You know, what's going to be the plan on the side of Nemiga to make this pickup effective.
Okay, so how I'm looking. Your main target as a Slardar is the OD. OD hates dealing with physical damage.
Don't give up, guys. Don't give up.
Especially if you go for something like a BKB. I'm expecting this to be in... Still, for that to happen, you need division. That's why you have the Zeus. You are not sure where the enemies are. Bam, Zeus ulti, jump the OD, and then the fight starts that way. Everyone needs to go towards the OD to save him, and then the Chrono comes out, and then that's how you deal with the Seekers. That's kind of how Nemiga want to approach the fights in particular, but for now they just need to focus. Slardar isn't. We're seeing that Hellraisers are swapping lanes, even though Bloodseeker can do well against the Slardar because of the high armor. The Batrider cannot do well against the face, so you need to switch it up a little bit to have a chance not. That would be really bad, especially with the Pango on the enemy side.
Okay, well, we'll see. I mean, we're looking at Nemiga now as well. They are moving themselves around as 5. Batrider is off the lane. So Mero, he might actually be being put in just to go into a solo lane, maybe. Do you actually run that Bloodseeker aggressive try? Oops. Solo going to be coming into the river. The 3 heroes. Vazia, he wasn't close, so he wasn't able to get... I mean, he started off with a Slithering Crush, but he wasn't able to get that off.
Okay, so they then start with the... I wouldn't mind it, considering that Treant Leech Seed is great, but overall you have 1 armor. So they're gonna beat you up quite a lot. But yeah, they decide it's not the smart moves, and they want to play the lane like... And this lane swap definitely benefits Hellraisers, for sure. Because Slardar and the Zeus, I mean, they have some slow potential to kind of run away from the bat, but not that. Asia, I think he now finds out what the case is, and him in the face is void, and he's gonna... But they need to walk, so this start is definitely going to be quite nice side of Hellraisers.
Yeah, and just watching Hellscream, they're taking a lot of aggression coming through from solo, and it is going to be hard for Hellscream, you know, if he's going to stick in this lane, like you say, because, you know, the Ice Shards comes out. Even if he goes for the Heavenly Jump, you know, he's still got to watch out for the Sticky Napalm slowing him down, and the Firefly just after that jump comes out, just being chased down anyway. So we can see that, you know, Hellscream, if he stays in this lane, he might go for the TP, but the Ice Shards are going to be there, and the Sticky Napalm start to come out. He's only level 1, so he's only got the Lightning Bolt. You know, he's not going to have that Heavenly Jump just yet, so he's going to be taking a lot of damage here, and Solo even going to be able to stop this pull.
Yep. And finally Kiritich has gotten to his lane. Same goes for Vazia. They haven't lost too much, but you know, wave or two a little bit weaker there, especially with some of the denies coming in and the turrets being zoned out. But overall, you know, not the worst of things. It's much better to lane like this than to have your Slardar completely suffer, and the face is void. I mean, he would do okay against the Bloodseeker, but you definitely wouldn't be winning the side lanes, which is something that you definitely haven't.
See you later,
yeah,
nerds.
and we'll see if... I mean, we're looking at the mid lane as well. You can see that Kyotka, he's just pushing onto Malrine here. And Malrine, he's gone for the 2 points into the shield crash, 1 into the swashbuckle. So he's actually going to be... The Astral Imprisonment comes right out. And Kyotka are going to be coming through a lot of mana here, just handling Malrine. And how important is it going to be to get these Astrals off every time that Malrine... Because he's got his bottle out now as well, but every time he goes for those last hits onto the range creep, or even to the banner creeps here, is that when you want to be dropping the Astral onto the Pangolier?
It's all about CM. That's how bit of a mistake, I have to say, for Kyotka not getting a point. People usually do it because it costs the percentage of your mana, so you can always use it and hope for the kind of an approach. Sometimes you're gonna have trouble if you're unlucky. Mana for the Astral Imprisonment, allowing Mal to be quite okay in terms of... But that's gonna change. I mean, as time progresses, the OD will...
Yeah, and meanwhile in the top lane, how is this looking? Antares trying to do his best to harass back. Level 2, he's holding that point. You know, he's not gone for the blast off just yet, because I mean the potential from the gank from Vazia, just being able to put out a get yourself in crush. The bash is coming out now as well, so maybe the taser comes out from Antares at level 2 if he really thinks that's maybe what he's holding the point for. You know, you go for, once you hit level 3 you can go for a 1-1-1, but just be able to stop that aggression coming out from the Slardar with the taser. That might be a big tool here in the Techie's arsenal to come out on this lane.
just in case, saving it, but I basically want. You want this girl, do as much. Just go in and blow someone. That's the idea. But he's taking a lot.
Yeah, you can see the Blood Right's going to be coming out now as well. Vizier's going to have to walk himself out, and they both walk into the blast off. Really nice blast off there from Antares. It's going to be a follow-up. The sticky bomb level 2 into that doesn't stick though to the slaughter. So Vizier, he's just trying to hang around with the living armor, but he looks like Hax wants to chase down. The crush comes out. Do they have enough damage to get the kill though? The Blood Right's going to be there, and Vizier has to move himself away. He does get struck by it there as well. The sticky bomb this time, will it be enough to get the kill? He's getting low. He's going to go down, and Antares picks up the first blood.
Very nicely done by Hellraisers. They didn't even use the glyph. They still had the glyph available there for that dive. But what enabled all of it was the double blast. Just gave way too much movement speed to the Hawk. So he knows he cannot die, right? These guys don't have a long stun, and he's super fast. So these slows aren't gonna be hurting him much. And then he pokes until he finds an opening to go for the kill. Of course, in the end, it is gonna be the sticky bomb. Gets it. Very nicely done. Dramatic from the side of the kill.
Yeah, the sticky bomb's going to be dropped, but Antares, he's going to be dropped there as well. The Hack's trying to move himself away. The bash comes up from Vizier, but it is just going to be the bash. You know, the crush was already used. The Hack, though, is going to be careful about coming back into this because, I mean, you know, it is only level 1 on the bash, but you've still got to get yourself away from Sobat. Sobat actually not taking a point into the nature, you know, the nature's grasp, so he's not going to have that movement slope to come out from the Treant Protector just yet. Meanwhile, bottom lane, how are they looking?
Well, Batrider is playing this lane. He got the early advantage, and he's not even using it. He's just forcing out the time. Now, when there's no dilation, now Nemiga has to. That's kind of the way you play this. Nemiga, you're gonna be seeing them every time. The time cooldown, they're gonna be trying a bit more defensive. So this lane swap from Hellraisers has definitely worked out. You look at it, all three of their lane.
Yeah, even they might be able to do something to Mero. Mero's getting pretty darn low. 2 points into the sticky napalm though, so he's just going to carry on trying to stack this up onto the Faceless Void. Faceless Void going to be going for the Hand of Midas. The Firefly coming up. The Snowball's going to be there now as well. He gets the time walk off. Can he get himself away from this Mero? He's going to get really darn low. The Heavenly Jump comes out as well, and Mero's going to go down, getting overly aggressive, and now Solo might be in trouble. Ice Shards in 1 second. Time Dilation's going to come out though. Do they have anything to catch up with this? And Solo just moves himself back to the tier 1. Ice Shards will be thrown out, so Kiritich taking some damage, but again, he should still be fine without the Batrider to get overly aggressive on this lane. Solo trying to do the best he can to soak XP, but Kiritich, he's got, you know, he's just used the last of his regen. Hellscream as well. You know, he's not got any tangos. He does have a salve for himself if he needs it, but yeah, Kiritich all of a sudden having a decent time on the lane.
The thing about the Batrider is, yeah, time dilation is a spell that hurts you. Oh, Kiritich is in trouble. Okay. But the thing is that with a Batrider, you never want to be low. You always want to be full HP, and that's where the Zeus comes in with the constant poke. You put him in a position where either he doesn't go, or maybe he's stuck in another. Top lane, the Hawk.
The Blood Right. Yeah, Blood Right comes down, but the rifle's coming through from the slaughter. Even the Ice Shards, it might trap him in here. Snowball, though, they're going to try and drag him back. The Hack's going to be able to get himself away. The Taser does go, disarms onto the Treant Protector, but they might still be able to take down Solo. He did TP up here to help out his teammates, and he might just have got everybody out of dodge here with that Snowball. Malorine's looking on the back lines. Dark needs to move himself back because the long-range Swashbuckle might come in, and it might be enough to get the kill onto the Bloodseeker, so Bloodseeker has to be really careful here now as well. Antares, he's out of mana in the trees. Ice Shards, though, it traps the slaughter. Vizier, Snowball, they're going to try and re-engage that. Blood Right's going to be off the mark. Swashbuckle does come through. Solo going to be taking a lot of damage, but the Astral Kiyotaka finally rotates himself up here with the hammer. He drops, and he's going to be able to get the kill into Vizier and Malorine. Can he get himself out of this? He might be trapped in the trees. Has that mana, has that Swashbuckle, so he's going to be able to try and get himself away, but Solo, does he have the shards? Astral Imprisonment will be coming out. The Taser, it comes out a little bit too soon, but the damage will still be there from Kiyotaka.
That's Solo literally winning that engagement for it. Right, beautiful shards, beautiful Snowball, and that's it. That was everything that changed. And Nemiga, they are very well known for going for these kills, and because they had a ward there on the hill, they really wanted to hunt down the Bloodseeker. We even saw some sentries coming out, whereas Hellraiser thought there was a ward behind the tower, but in the end, you know, Nemiga just didn't have enough level tank. And Slaughter being level 4, not having that level 6 to kind of mark the Bloodseeker, give them that vision, is something that they're gonna have to be careful of, because Nemiga for this game, they need to utilize it. Maybe just wait for the level 6.
Yeah, and you can see now that Kiyotaka, in terms of net worth, if we flick over to that, he's going to be 1,400, nearly 1,500 above the Pangolier here now as well. So Malrine, he's not had that start that he needed. And Pango, it's going to be towards the mana boot. So are you expecting here, Pango, with this not great start to maybe shift into that aura taker here, you know, going for the mana boots into the Guardian's Greaves, and then, you know, maybe something like an AC? Or do you still think he goes, but, you know, what is it that Malrine wants to pick up in terms of items?
We're saying he wants the defusal currently, but I wouldn't mind him getting, considering you're playing the Trap, Seeker, and the Techies. All of those are long silences. I guess the best course of action for Pango is defusal, and then just disassemble. That is still a possibility for him that Malrine as a player usually.
Okay, well, we will keep an eye on the Pangolier to see what he wants to build up into. Kiritich on the bottom lane actually wants to go for the Hand of Midas, and it makes sense. Like we talked about it all through the draft, you know, the Nemiga, do you want to be playing this game a little bit longer, delaying with the train, you know, those tower pushes, so it will offer a bit more farm time for the Faceless Void, so he does want to optimize that here with that Hand of Midas. He's still going to be about 1,000 gold, 900 gold away from picking it up, but eventually he will want to go towards that.
See you later, nerds.
Considering that Kiritich has a chrono, I would like this chrono to be used every single time. Because Nemiga, they should be aware that they are behind. It doesn't matter, just get a hero off the map. That's kind of what you want to be doing. They're gonna be there it is, the chrono comes out.
Yeah, chrono comes out, the snowball, it's going to be there now as well to try and save onto the Batrider. Malrine's going to be coming in with the Rolling Thunder now as well. Can he get him away? Kiritich going to be a lot of damage, and Mero, can he get himself away from this here? Because he's even might try and go for Hellscream. He's going to be able to get it there. The last of the drive back comes out. Kiyotaka with the rotation down now as well, and the Furry Fire, it's not going to keep Hellscream alive.
Hellraisers definitely had a agreement before the game starts. The first one that is TPing is always going to be solo. The second one is the OD. Solo to save people, and then if Kiyotaka sees that it's a good engagement, he's going to be coming. And that's what they've been doing now. For the past two engagements, Nemiga have.
Yeah, and we'll see. Malrine, Snowball's going to be coming in. The chase down, though, solo. He might put himself in no man's land here. Hellscream's even going to be rotating in, but they're not going to be able to capitalize on the Snowball in from Solo. So Solo will be able to get himself out. Just goes for the long rotation out, and Kiyotaka, again, with the Astral Imprisonment, just to try and mess with it with Malrine at the minute.
Nemiga are going to be much weak. You can even see the Slaughter going for a blink. I really wouldn't mess with him, but he understands OD's a problem. He needs to be jumped, die, and that is the thing. Their lineup is going to be much weaker because they're not going for some of those, let's say, core items that you would otherwise want to have. So I'm curious to see if Nemiga will have the damage sufficient to kill the OD once they.
Yeah, and top lane, it looks like Malrine, they want to actually take, there's going to be the Overgrowth coming out, and it's the Swashbuckle now as well. Rupture's already been used, but the Crush, the Hack's going to go down. I think, can they go even further onto this? I mean, Mero's rotated, he doesn't have the lasso, so the Rolling Thunder is going to be coming through onto the Batrider, but the Batrider not stopping just yet, but it's going to be just, I guess, onto the creeps, you know, not chasing down, especially into a 2 versus 3. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Hellscream, he's going to be in danger now as well. The Ice Shards comes out, was that Walrus Punch, only level 5, because the Duck doesn't have it. One more right click, though, from Kiyotaka, and Kiyotaka is going to be able to get himself his 4th kill of the game.
In the end, the mid lane tower isn't taking any, and I think you're happy with that. Because these rotations from Nemiga, you get a kill on a core, and you just rotate back to the mid lane. Losing one hero in the process, not that big of a...
Okay, oh, top lane. There's going to be the Blood Right coming through. Gets the Sans off onto the tree and protecting now as well. Mero, Taser again going to be used. He's looking for the chase down, but he might have gone a little bit too far. One more right click from anybody, and Antares is going to be able to pick it up with the Sticky Bomb.
That was miscommunication for sure coming out from Nemiga. Kiritich, he didn't want to go for that one throw in a couple of seconds. He should be fine, but that's something that shouldn't have happened. Now you can definitely use the power for Nemiga because of the
Yeah, and you can see they're even going to be able to take down Sobad, so the living arm is not going to be there. 4 heroes, 5 heroes stacking up around this tier 1 tower on the top lane with a catapult. Even with the fortification, you know, the fortification comes out, it's only a tier 1, it's only going to be taking down 1 creep, maybe half this creep's health. You know, you're still going to have that range creep, and the damage is more than enough to take this tower down in the lane.
Kiyotaka has the blink. He's gonna be the first one to get it. The first ones to open the map also are gonna be Hellraisers. So now it's gonna be much harder for Nemiga, even when they get the blink on the Slaughter, to hunt for people. Why? Because they don't have a tower on the top lane. That would be a nice place to smoke. And from there, spread around the other parts. And Hellraisers, considering the OD, they can be aggressive. They can be the ones initiating and kind of getting those kills, getting the Nemiga off the map and not being hunted with that increase. So, Hellraisers should be very happy with how the game is going right now. We should be keeping our eyes on Kiyotaka. He has made some defensive moves coming into the fight, getting the kills, kind of destroying, you know, the potential aggression of Nemiga. But now, with the blink, he's going to be on the aggressive, and there it is. He goes.
Yeah, really nice ward. He's going to be able to get the double damage now as well. So the right clicks. Oh, the heavenly jump comes out. Okay, Kiyotaka's going to be slowed down. He just drops the hammer. Okay, I mean, fair enough. You got a kill out of it. The damage was more than enough to take down Hellscream. And again, it's not what you're expecting because you are in the lead at the minute. You're dictating that tempo, so you can throw that out, you know, and then turtle up if you need to. Not expect a massive team fight to come out because the Faceless still does want to be farming up. He's got that Hand of Midas out now, going towards the Maelstrom, it looked like. But yeah, Kiyotaka at the minute, he's just dictating the tempo for every single fight, it seems like.
For sure, and he's going to continue doing that because that's how he keeps himself alive. Or even if he dies, it's not going to be a situation in which Nemiga won. Really so beautifully done. They even forced out the Rolling Thunder on the top lane. So Nemiga currently, they're seeming kind of lost, but that's only until Vazia gets his blink. Also, nighttime is coming, so the vision game from Nemiga having the Zeus is going to be a bit more beneficial. So let's see what they can do. Especially because Vazia gets the blink, and now you really have to do something.
Yeah. What do you want to be doing though? Because it seems like with the shards, the snowball, the astral imprisonment, the lasso coming out, Hellraisers have a good balance of that defensive and offensive capabilities. And it looks like even Mero, the lightning bolt's going to be there though. Is he? The Courage comes out. Not going to be able to get that lasso. Time dilation is going to be used as well. There's going to be a really good dive in here from the techies, and the damage Mero's going to be able to pick up one. To get two, Visor goes down, and Hellscream, he's going to be the sole survivor of this gank.
That was a beautiful read. They knew there was no Rolling Thunder. On the bottom lane, it's ideal for Nemiga to fight, but without Rolling Thunder, they can't do it, especially being behind. So they bring more heroes there, and they just run into a potential place where Nemiga are gonna be. And they're there, they catch them. The reveal of the shard of the techies immediately catches them off guard, and Nemiga, they get absolutely demolished. So beautifully done from Hellraisers through and through. Again, the one that is setting it up, the one who is playing this bottom lane and calling these things out is Kiyotaka, and he has definitely been like the top player for Hellraisers in this game for sure, and on his OD has always been impressive.
Yeah, and it's like I say, he's setting the tempo here. He's even forcing. I mean, Vazia, he wants to go back for a Hand of Midas on the Slardar, which I get. Again, if they think this game is going to go long, but at the minute, I mean, Hellraisers, they're setting the tempo. They're taking the pressure to Nemiga. Would you prefer him to just go straight for that BKB and get involved in the fights, or does he need that Hand of Midas to start catching up?
It's tough to say in this game in particular, because Nemiga's early game idea has fallen apart. Do well in lanes and hunt people with Malrine. That is gone, right? Have overwhelming damage with Juicer Young. That is gone. So what are you left with? Good defense, good way to delay the game, and strong late game. So I think that's why he's going for Midas. I'm okay with it. I can't say I love it, but it is a decent approach that can work out if Hellraisers don't destroy it. Because Hellraisers have one problem, and that is they don't have power push. But they're gonna have a very strong time in the field with it. They could lead hero after.
Yeah, and when do you expect? I mean, we can see the hack. He's going to be going towards his BKB now as well. He's already got his Maelstrom up. You can see he's only about 300 gold above Kiritich in terms of net worth. So Kiritich, again, with the Hand of Midas, he's got that catch-up potential. And yeah, you can see Emil uses that Hand of Midas. He's pretty much there, catching up with the Bloodseeker, going towards his own Maelstrom. He's got the gold in about another 100 gold, so another creep or so. But do you expect, you know, if Hellraisers take another good fight, are they going to be looking towards, because they're already putting pressure onto this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. If they take that down and take a good fight, is it Roche time then for Hellraisers?
They could go for it, but mostly the okay, he solos it. That is something that it's just not preventable currently, and that is why the Faceless Void, it was a risky pick. It's good against the Batrider, it's good against the Seeker, but it's bad against Burst, and Hellscream is gonna be caught possibly.
Yeah, it looks like Mero, there's going to be the snowball into the Zeus now as well. Zeus in the trees though, Hellraisers with it, he's going to be forced out. Ice shards and Hellscream's going to go down. Doesn't even need to use that lasso on Mero. He's going to be able to pick up that kill. In fact, there might be another kill here because he found the Pangolier. There's going to be the Tastiest flips being dropped now as well. It's a sticky bomb. The sticky bomb, does it latch? It doesn't. But Kiyotaka with a right click still gets the kill.
Yeah, he had full mana there. It was Tango, unless he gets the hit for flying immediately. So what Hellraisers want to do, chaos around the map. Chaos up in the mid lane.
And it's going to be even more chaos coming out here. It's the mechanism not going to keep the train alive, and this is going to be the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Yeah, it's inevitably going to go down, even with the living arm. The damage is just way too much.
Hellraisers, and I was surprised in the show that was just before the new season, you know, just here. They did the team that started off the tournament, I would say on a bad note, playing against Nemiga. They looked weak. Their drafts, they looked, you know, like they were always missing something, but they were evolving through the game. And now, you know, just like 10 days later, they're looking amazing against the team that crushed their boys with kind of the same lineups Nemiga played like they're doing right now. But Hellraisers, they've just improved. They've read their enemies, and now they're ready for them. This is just complete and utter annihilation.
Yeah, 15-3 in 20 minutes. You've taken over the entire map, and like you say, Kiyotaka's kind of been the enabler in this. You look at his net worth as well, 11k. He's got himself the axe. But I'm not trying to put it solely down to the OD as well, because there's been some great rotations. Like the TP up into the initial fight. We'll come back to this in a second, because it looks like they might be able to get themselves on top of Vizu as well as Hellscream. Snowball into the Ice Shard. Solo might have put himself in trouble, but no. Archers is here to back him up now as well. Kiritich, he wants to go for the Chronosphere. He does catch out 3 with the techies now as well as the OD. Can they turn this one around? They get the kill onto the 2 supports, but they still lose Vizu there as well. But a really nice Chronosphere to be able to get the 2 kills there, and I think Kiritich really needed those. But yeah, the point that I was making, that Hellraisers, the TP up to the top lane from Solar, when he saved the Hack's life, you know, in that the early fights that were coming out, the rotations from Kiyotaka, even the rotations from the techies, even hunting down, we saw him solo a Faceless Void. You know, Hellraisers, they've found the timings, they've found these rotations, and they've just been pretty much, apart from that last one, which, you know, a big overdive, I think, you know, but the rest of them, they've just been so precise, knowing especially where everyone is and how they get those ganks off. The Nemiga, it's going to be a real chore for them to catch up here.
They were ready. That is the main thing.
Yeah.
They were just always ready. And Malrine, I don't know if he's living through. No. There's a bad. The thing is that they were ready for every single rotation, and even that move into the triangle, there's no chrono, so Nemiga cannot make a play. And then look at how aggressive Hellraisers are playing. They are pretty much playing 3 lanes and 2 jungles, just because there's no chrono. So giving away 2 supports for that, I mean, you'll take it any day.
Yeah, you can see even Solo, you know, he's happy to just say he's going for his own Blink Dagger. Bottom of the net worth here on the Tusk. If they want to go in further, there's going to be the Astral coming out. So bad, does he want to try and come in with the Overgrowth? Maybe slow this one down. Has that mechanism as well if he needs it. Science Eclipse is going to be dropped. There's going to be a second Astral though coming out onto the train, and so bad he's not going to be able to get himself out. Even throws out the Overgrowth now as well, but Fazia, he came in on the back lines. He's still going to be able to take him down to Hellscream. He's going to fall too. 4 heroes down, and Hellraisers, they've got everybody up. They even still have the Aegis on the OD.
What happens? There's no chrono. You make a couple of mistakes, you go a little bit too deep, and you still don't even lose the Aegis just because you're that much stronger. So Hellraisers, they knew exactly what they were getting themselves into there with the dive in the triangle first and the second. Well, and look at Nemiga, they're putting so many sentries in their triangles, spending so much gold. The thing is, Hellraisers, they don't need vision there. They don't want to control that. They're murder people in it, and then it just goes
Oh, they've even got the lasso onto the Pangolin now as well. The Hack's going to be able to get in with a Rupture. Swashbuckle comes out, and that just secures the kill for the Bloodseeker.
Trail of Fire and Trail of Blood, you know, both of those coming out there. It's not looking pretty for Nemiga, because they're like, just 10 days ago this all worked against these guys. Why are they so good? And the thing is, you know, being beaten by you 4 times, you know, these guys, especially Solo on the side of Hellraisers, they have some experience under their belt. So I don't think that a captain like that is gonna allow himself to be beaten by kind of the same approaches. Nemiga, after this one, they are gonna be feeling a little bit crushed, but I think that late game, they're definitely going to be asking for first pick. So maybe that changes how they approach the draft overall and maybe help them get their hands on the Tusk or the, or maybe the Timber Sword.
Yeah, and Solo, I mean, look at the wards. He is starting to ward off this triangle now, just as that sentry ward does actually time out. Kiyotaka, he's just having, again, still 50 seconds on the Aegis, so he's not scared. He's going to be going towards the BKB now as well. The smoke will be coming out from both sides. Who are they going to be able to find on either side? I mean, Nemiga, they're looking for... They're splitting up again, where you can see that Hellraisers, they're still in close proximity to each other. And this actually might be the opening. Yeah, they're going to be able to get the blast off once again. The right click's coming through onto the Zeus. The Zeus is going to go down. Marine comes through with the Rolling Thunder. But the Rupture's going to be there. The Blood right now as well onto the backlines. And Marine, he's going to go down. The Swashbuckle, that's just going to confirm the kill onto the high ground now as well. So bad, he's going to be cliff teasied. And another 4-hero cleanup comes through from Hellraisers. And Hellraisers, you know, they're saying nobody beats us 5 times in a row here. As maybe the Christmas show was just them luring teams into a false sense of security. And in the DPC, they're coming right into this. They're starting off right on top.
Also, you know, usually when a tournament starts in like its quote-unquote group stage, you're like, it's okay, we'll lose the first game. But in the DPC, it's different because it's basically a league, right? So every single win has kind of the same weight as the other one. So if being a start and you lose, it's not going to be feeling any better because it's the start of the tournament, we just lost. You know, this feels really bad for Nemiga, especially they probably came into this one with high expectations. Again, they didn't change much, and Hellraisers, they just changed their gameplay a little bit, and they're just crushing Nemiga. Nemiga usually aren't the team that does come back, but if they do, it's gonna be on the back of Heritage and the Faces vote.
Yeah, and I was just watching, and Kiritic was very cautious about, even with the tier 1 tower being close, about stepping up to just past what the river line would be to get some farm. You know, used the Hand of Midas on the banner creep, but apart from that, was just hanging himself back, making sure that if he did come for top lane, they're gonna be able to get another kill onto Marine. And I think Marine, if we take a look at the death summary, that was all techies.
Look at the techies items. He has Boots of Travel too. He's literally saying, I'm gonna be everywhere on the map every 30 seconds and I'm just gonna kill every single one. And that is a solid approach because they don't have any tower push, so Chaos, as we mentioned, is the way to get down towers. And that's what he's creating with this kind of, I haven't seen this forever for someone to rush the
Yeah, they tried to get the cliff onto the Slaughter. He's still going to be pushed up there with the Flame Break, but Hellscream, he's going to be in trouble as well with the Warriors Punch. Has he gone too far here? So Kiyotaka, he does get the kill onto Vazia, but the BKB comes out from Mero. He's already used that last dose, and they're not going to have the lockdown here for the Faceless Void. He's just going to go for that TP out with the BKB. So at least you force out a BKB on the Faceless Void, but you do still lose the Slaughter there as well for the lasso.
Look at Malrini's again being hunted. He knows. Look at how even they're coming to TP because they're like, okay, the techies is coming to blow me up. That's a level 17 techies and a 14 level mid Pango. I mean, when you look at the net worth, you just understand how crushed the Nemiga are in this game. Carter has a Midas, but those golden hands, they're gonna need at least another 20 minutes to really pay off.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. At this point, he probably would have most of his BKB. Hellscream, there's going to be the Blood Right coming through now as well. Did they have enough damage to take down at least the techies? But the Thunder Guts Rappy and drop. The Chronosphere comes out. It does actually trap up onto the Trekkies. Backlines as well. Mero's going to go down. The hack, though, they didn't actually want to go onto the Bloodseeker inside that Chronosphere. And you can just see the Kiritic has to back himself away. Do they want to carry on coming through? There is going to be the buyback from the techies. Like I say, with the Boots of Travel too, he's immediately going to be into this fight. And Marin, he has to swashbuckle himself down to the cliff. But the blast off. Antras still gets the kill, and they lose the Bite Rider. The buyback comes out from the techies there as well, but they take down the Pangolier once again, and you can see that Sobat, he's trying to do his best just to cut this wave, but Solo's going to be able to come in with the snowball, and they're going to be able to do the damage. And now, if they want to, maybe go into this tier 2 tower in the top lane.
No, but they did force out the buyback, so that's quite nice. At least it's gonna allow the Pango maybe to get over the net worth of the techies. I know that it's not the best goal in the world to strive for, but you know, it is something.
Yeah, and Excuse me, looking at this, I mean, Kiyotaka, the Faceless Void is catching up to his net worth, but Kiyotaka is sitting, you know, he's going to be going towards a sheepstick now as well, with the BKB, with the Ags, with the Blink Dagger. Just how do you get to this hero? He's 10-0 and 5.
You use his BKB, you wait for him to use it, and then you mark him with the slaughter and jump him with the face. Drop the BKB, then he died. That's kind of the move that the Nemiga are going to be struck for. Look at this poor slaughter. I mean, and the thing is, what Kiyotaka is trying to do, he's trying to force out EPs. He's not even going for a kill. See the scan there behind. Because you want Nemiga to lose their cool, but the Nemiga aren't doing it, which is pretty nice, showing that they still have a chance to come this game, even though it looks really tough to.
Yeah, and meanwhile, again, they're going to be going in. The lasso comes off now. It's going to be onto the Faceless Void. Do they have enough damage to take him down? Kiritich, he pops that BKB and the lasso's already gone. Kiyotaka wants to be coming in. It's Solo. They might just try and disengage here. They're all of them to just come through. It's going to keep Tusk alive. Is it going to be able to get the kill though? Tusk trying to get himself out. The Thunder God's Wrath will be dropped and Solo will go down. Marine gets the kill. So with Hellraisers being a little bit split up there, even though they tried to engage on that fight, Nemiga just being grouped as 5 have enough to keep everybody alive and take that kill at least onto Solo.
They go for a smoke, and now we're seeing a little bit of downsides of Hellraisers take down towers because they're so much stronger, but they still can't do it.
Yeah, and we'll see how exactly. I mean, Roche is going to be coming in 40 seconds now as well. So this would be the perfect timing for Nemiga to get back into this game. If they can get 2 or 3 kills, they're going to be able to get the blink onto the Batrider. The BKB comes out, but the Bash is there from the Slaughter now as well. Faceless Void has the Chronosphere, but the Astral is going to keep him locked down for a lot of this Chronosphere. The damage is still going to be up. Miro, he's getting low. He's going to be taken down. One more rifle from anybody. Bahazi, though, he does get ruptured. And on the side of these Eclipse comes out. Kiyotaka gets the kill onto 2. And now the hack, he's going to go for the chase. Hellscream. He doesn't have that heavenly jump. He's going to be chased down. Yeah, you can see Kiyotaka. He just wants to jump himself in. With the Astral, this should be a kill onto the Zeus.
You go a little bit too deep. That's the thing. As the Void got the BKB there and Hellraisers going in, that pretty much happened now. He gets jumped, but you don't have it. Lockdown. He pops the BKB. It creates enough time and space for Hellraisers to do so well. And this is the thing. If you're not and you don't know exactly where he is, you're most likely to lose the fight. And now it allows Hellraisers to unlike Hellraisers, Nemiga don't have a techies to put a mine in to know what's happening, but they were pretty much not even in a position or a chance for the.
Yeah, and 31-9 here. Hellraisers, they're just taking every single fight. Nemiga are getting scraps out of every other fight, it seems like. But at the minute, Hellraiser is completely running this game. So you can see that they are starting to put pressure onto this tier 2 tower now as well. The Catapult's even going to be there as well. The Bloodright comes out just to spot behind the tower. There is going to be the ward, though, to spot out onto Kiyotaka as he moves himself in. But he's got a minute, 4.5 minutes on the Aegis. Still going towards the Hex as well. Probably able to buy out for that if he wants to very, very soon. So higher ground, Nemiga do have the Zeus, so they have the Arc Lightning, they have the Swashbuckle coming out from the Pangolier as well. Even the Nature's Grasp if they really need it. But how do Hellraisers, do they just look towards the other tier 2 towers on the map then?
Yes, that is what you do. For Hellraisers, kind of a line, especially against the Professor and the Zeus, it has to be done systematically. You can make one mistake, lose a big fight, give a lot of experience and gold to the enemy, lose against. Don't want your items, your opponents, and it's actually surprising that they managed to only get slowed down by the lack of their last 27 minutes of the game. They couldn't take the tier 2, but then you win the fight, you get Roche, and you are gonna be.
Yeah, and you can see the Nemiga, everybody but the Pangolier was outside of the base there. So they see the Pangolier, they just get a quick jump in, and as soon as you get that lasso off, the TPs have to come in, because they're outside of the base. The TPs don't even come in, and there was no way to keep Pango alive. Pango has to buy back into this, but they're still going to be losing the tier 3. And it looks like even you know, top lane, Tastiest, he's diving in, and Kiritich, he doesn't want to waste a BKB, or excuse me, use that BKB to keep himself alive, so he just has to go for the TP away. He is going to go towards that Lincoln Sphere to make sure that next time the Chronosphere is up, you know, he doesn't get astraled off, he can pop that BKB and he can try and get a kill. But you can see that Kiritich, he's learning these lessons a little bit too late. As the, you know, as they happen, he has to react to them afterwards, and even though he's sitting on just below 1,000 gold from the Bloodseeker, it just doesn't feel like he has the same impact that the Bloodseeker has, that Kiyotaka's having as well.
Now there's a... so even more kill potential. Yeah, usually, you know, when you spreading the map like this, you're like, okay, Dekis is missing, we can live. But basically, Dekis is missing, you can't do anything. Batrider is missing, you can't do anything. And the OD is missing, you can't do anything. So you always have to be on your toes. So that's why you go for a smoke right now. You need to get out of your base, get a kill, get a little bit of breathe.
Yeah, smoke breaks. They are going to be seeing Kiyotaka. The crush is going to be there, but where's that follow-up? Everybody else has walked themselves away. Swashbuckle now as well into the Astral, and you can see that Hellraisers solo. He's leading the line to catch up to his teammate now as all the ice shards. The I'm going to push back into Vazir, but Vazir is caught out in no man's land. One more right click from Kiyotaka. It should be enough with the Astral imprisonment to secure the kill onto the Slardar, and Kiyotaka, he's just waiting, just making sure, just confirming that kill.
That was one of the smokes that you're hoping to find the support, just to alleviate the pressure a little. You find the OD, which otherwise would be a perfect target, but considering his net worth and the Aegis, you know that it is not a fight that you can take. You take that fight and you lose the game. But the thing is, that your line cannot lose rapidly.
Oh.
As well.
Yeah, and that's just going to be, it's going to be a lane of racks. There's no buyback. You know the Pangolier, he had to buy back after being ganked in the onto the high ground. And Hellraisers, they're going to have free reign to push out if you want to. I mean, Kiritich is trying to do his best to push out, find his farm, make sure he gets that Lincoln's. How far is he off it? He's got the gold for it now if he wants to buy out, which might be the big impact item, you know, because Chronosphere is up. If they can wait 56 seconds for Pango to be back up as well, they might be able to get something out of this, but it did still cost them a racks.
Yeah, definitely did. He is level 20 also on the Faces Void, so the attack speed talent in the Chronosphere is there as well. But it still has to be. You need to wait for the Aegis to expire, and it has to be the OD. There's no other. If that's not the case, inside of the fight, you're still losing it. Saves from the... in the Chrono. And we talked about the vision game from the Zeus, from the Slardar. But it really doesn't matter when you are so far behind in terms of towers. I mean, they've only taken...
Yeah, and it looks like there's going to be another kill onto the Slardar now as well. The rotation comes out, and Slardar, being out here on his own, just gets caught up by 4 heroes. He's just going to be killed off.
It's very tough for them. Wherever they go, you have to push out the lanes to make a move. If you try to push out lanes, you're immediately caught. Look at Antares on the top lane, and he knows he can join his team. He has a BKB. I mean, this Tekis is a beast. He has more farm than Miero as well, and he's approaching the Faces Void. I mean, when you look at him, if you're Nemiga, you feel like the game is over. You're gonna try, but... And this guy just kills any of your cores, apart from the Faces Void, who needs to pop a BKB to...
Yeah, and that just shows the confidence of the side of Hellraisers. The position for Techies, he's fine going into the lane and looking for a solo push as well. Sobad has to be careful because he's still going to be taking damage from the Techies. Not going to be enough to cut the Treant down. You can see that Techies not sure where anyone else is, so he is playing it safe. You know, he's backing himself away. But this is just creating space for the side of Hellraisers to take the other tier 2 tower on the bottom lane. Double catapult wave coming in as well, so this tier 3 is going to be taking some harass from this creep wave. And you can see that Nemiga aren't rushing to defend this either. In fact, Treant, he might even go down to the Techies. Antares, does he have the damage? Mech has to be popped. The sticky bomb, it's not going to latch. And Sobad has to move himself away. Kiritich now moves himself in. But he's just going to go for the TP. Yeah, you can see that Antares, again, buying space, buying time. And he has those bots too. So he can just catch up to the rest of his team if he needs to.
Forcing out the glyph, just look super aggressive. You can see how much emphasis both of the teams are putting on those Tinker wards close to their base, because both of the teams need to push in the lanes. Hellraisers aggressively, and Nemiga, they would like to control that so that the Treant with the blink can push out the lane safely and they can play. But with Hellraisers controlling at least one of those, they're gonna be fine. And now they forced Nemiga into their base, allowing themselves to do whatever they want. Right now, it's just free reign to push out all of the lanes on the map and just wait for anyone of Nemiga to poke their head, nose, whatever, foot out the base, and then they just die.
Yeah, and the hack now, he even has Abyssal Blades, the Witchbane as well. Going to be great coming up against someone like the Zeus to do the damage. Even, you know, taking away... I mean, the Faceless Void doesn't have the biggest mana pool. He doesn't have anywhere near the biggest mana pool with 800 mana, but it's still just that additional damage from anybody, on anybody to take them down. Being able to get that self-purge as well, that's going to be really nice up against, like, the, you know, the Slardar.
For sure, but at least the Slaughter will get the BKB, so he is following the footsteps of the Techies. Not really closely because he has 10k net worth and the Techies has 18, but at least you don't have that exact same net worth. Nemiga, they understand how far behind they are. They know the only one that is going to be doing damage is Kiritich. That's why I would want Kiritich to not get the Skadi. Just get a Datalist, get something that kills people, and hope that it is going to be the OD that is it. Because without that kind of a scenario, they don't win. That's just it. But probably they don't win it here, but we have to find ways for, and they have to find to potentially win. Two Midas is not part of the question.
Oh, the force after the Lincoln Sphere is going to be broken. Mero have to get himself away from this, but the Chrono Sphere comes out, whereas the OD's going to be close. They still lose the bat, though, and the Astral doesn't come out here from Kiyotaka, so this might be the setup that they needed, but the Chrono Sphere is already down, and Solo, he's going to be moving in. Vizi, the Walls Punch just come through backlines, so Sanity Eclipse is going to be dropped, and so will the Faceless Void. Vizi is going to go down, and it looks like even with the Root coming through, Antares, he's just trying to dive onto the high ground. They even take down the train. That's going to be 3 heroes dead. No buyback coming out from the Faceless Void either, and Nemiga, they're just going to call it GG. They know they have no way back into this game.
The game is over. I think, you know, Hellraisers, they did make, you know, a couple of slight